Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Back of the Room. It's just me and your boy Jake Silberman.
This is the best combo this pod could be, honestly. I'm tired of working with Max because he clearly is not being honest with us about what he does for a living or who his identity is.
Yeah, just
it's tiring.
Yeah, just these random I'm going I'm going to far away randomly.
Yeah, he'll be like, the only reason we didn't know until a few days ago, he was like, hey, I can't record this week. I'm going to be in Eastern Oregon. And then it's just like no explanation, no forewarning. Yeah. He's already in Eastern Oregon when he drops this.
Yeah, not like I'm going to Eastern Oregon. No, I'm in Eastern Oregon.
Right, I had to be here real quick for some shit that you don't need to know about.
Yeah, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. That's a red flag.
Get burned, bitch. Get your ass burned up out there, Max.
This is a hell of a time to be driving around Oregon.
Bro, he's going to have a hard time getting back, potentially. I mean, depending on what's left of this fucking state by the time his little hit job / vacation is over.
Yeah, we have come to the conclusion that Max is a CIA operative assassin.
It makes sense because he's so obsessed with everybody being CIA or deep state that I think that he's been conning us.
Yeah, exactly. He's a double agent.
Right. He's been putting the heat off his own name. But how many friends do you know just randomly forget about an entire week's trip to Eastern, or if that's even where he's at right now? I don't really honestly believe him that he's there. He's probably in Portland killing somebody, but he's just, had to throw us off that trail too.
Yeah, absolutely. So Max he's out of town right now, allegedly in Eastern Oregon, vacationing.
The hottest spot to vacation is Eastern Oregon.
Now it's literally the hottest spot.
Literally, it is the hottest spot you could be vacationing right now in this state. So
that shit was a desert before it was on fire.
God damn.
Making a desert worse. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure your Colombian wife wants that. What a fabulous vacation. Go out to this fucking fire pit.
Yeah. But goddamn, it's insane. So we're recording this right now, September 9th, and in Portland, outside, the sky looks like that movie Traffic. Remember, Steven Soderbergh's Traffic?
It's got the Training Day kind of vibes to it. It's got kind of
sepia tone.
It's got Twister vibes a little bit in some scenes of Twister.
Yeah.
It's weird that this isn't even the weirdest color in the state. Did you see all those photos from Salem?
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's inside of a haunted house. Just look those shitty little red light bulbs.
Yeah. It looks like a Cormac McCarthy novel. It's just... Yeah, the shit from the Enchanted Forest when it's just that shoe and then it's just this matte, dark red.
It's so trippy. So, yeah. So that's happening. And there's been these giant wind gusts for the last couple of days, which knocked out a bunch of power for a lot of people for a night. What else is happening?
That shit, a limb from the tree in front of my house was blown onto the street. Luckily, right to where I usually park.
Would have got another car fucked up on that street.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna park in that spot any longer.
Don't you have a driveway?
Yeah.
Don't you got a nice little driveway? Well, we lost Dylan for a second, so I'm just going to keep this going. You got to audible sometimes, folks, when, there's a fucking gust of fire wind outside your door. Sometimes the podcast just gets interrupted by technology. So, anyways, well, let's just go into what I did this week. This is a little solo time for Jake. I was at Helium Comedy Club all weekend. Yep. Doing comedy, doing my shit, made some money, made some grown man money, okay? You get that out. If you need money in this, you just can be like, oh, well, I need to do something for work. Did I really desperately need the money for myself? No. But Also, there might not be any more money coming, so you kind of got to grab it while it's here. So, here we are. We're just, we're doing it. So I did Helium Comedy, did not 1 or 5, not 6 or 10, but 12, count them, Dose shows. That's just how a normal weekend would work usually, is doing 12 shows in a weekend. Opened up for this guy JP Sears, who's a YouTube guy, and his audience, diverse. How about that? Oh, we're getting Dylan back. Getting Dylan back, baby. I think. Let's see. Here we go. Yo.
Hey.
I've just been audibling this whole time, baby. I've been scrambling in the pocket as you ditched me.
I did not mean to ditch you. My shitty Wi-Fi. God damn it.
Well, I went in and told our audience that I was at Helium Comedy Club this weekend.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me how that went.
So I did 12 shows, first of all.
That's crazy.
12 shows to, I guess
most, for people that don't know, it's usually 5. Maybe up to 7 if
it's like
under normal.
It's like a big, huge headliner where they have to add shows. But normal weekend is 1 Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. And I did 1 Thursday, 2 Friday, and then 3 Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Wow.
One of them being a 2:00 show.
Ooh.
Which honestly, 2:00 show was better than some of the later shows.
Yeah. I bet they're just all perky, woken up, ready to go.
Not drunk yet. Excited to be somewhere. I'll tell you this. The guy I hosted for it, his name was JP Sears. Some of you might know him from YouTube. He does a YouTube channel that's pretty popular, I guess. I'd never seen any of his videos. Brings a diverse audience.
Really?
Not racially as much, but it's Portland, so what do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
But diversity in thought, my friend. Diversity in, is this pandemic fake or not? About a 50-50 split, I'd say.
Oh, shit. So you got a bunch. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he had a lot of jokes about, Fauci and you're looking all healthy and, you're, so he was clearly of a mind. He told me his opinion was basically I think it's real. I think it's like the flu, like a bad flu. I think it's overblown in terms of our response. And that was kind of his base level, I'd say.
Damn. Well, Max did have that good joke saying that he looks like a low testosterone Triple H.
Yes. He's yoked. He is pretty yoked, but not steroid yoked. Yeah. He was a really, really nice guy. Super nice, super friendly, very easy to talk to, but just when you are talking to someone that you probably disagree with, but you don't want to get in any type of argument. So you kind of are watching how you say things and what you say, because you don't want to get in some weird argument with the headliner in a green room.
No, you got to do 12 shows with them.
Right. So there's a human just etiquette where you're just all right, this guy. And, he was up front. He was these are my opinions. I also basically say that I'm an idiot. He does the Bill Burr thing in person. You know how Bill Burr will get his out? Well, he'll say these opinions and be but I'm a fucking moron.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of what he did.
Brutal.
Fucking brutal, right? So, yeah, it was a weird weekend because it's you're in a comedy club that has been shut down and now socially distanced and masked up and all this stuff for a pandemic. Yet half the audience you're performing for does not believe that such measures should even be taken.
Oh, my God.
So you're kind of just it's weird. It's I feel in Portland, we've gotten used to being a comedian where we kind of understand the mindset and which traps not to fall into. Don't talk about don't shit talk anything super liberal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But here, these people are like, whatever, free thinkers, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, they don't have one group mind for sure. You know, they're not united on if the biggest issue of our day is even like a real thing to really be afraid of. So doing jokes and trying to poke fun of that got me into some weird situations where I would be like, who thinks this is real? And you'd get half the audience being like, boo.
Damn, like just
straight
booing
up
it.
Booing it, bro. And, you know, dude, after the last set of the weekend, actually I was walking out of the club and him and his buddies and his, their wives or whatever getting into an Uber, big old MAGA hat on, and what came up to me was just like, yo, dude, really funny. And I didn't even notice the hat until I was walking away, but I was like, that's not a normal thing usually for Helium to have open outright MAGA hats.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just like it was a wild, surreal, and then I ended and then the air caught on fire. Or it was actually starting to be windy our last night. So
damn.
It's been a trip, man. It's been a fucking trip.
Yeah, holy shit, man. That just people booing COVID. It's like as if like people that believe it real are cheering it.
Yeah,
it's
it was.
We would I would boo COVID-19 if I had the opportunity.
Right,
it's the same reaction.
It was just, but it was interesting because he was cool with me doing crowd work. I was like, hey man, like, I know I did a couple and then I asked him, I was like, hey dude, I haven't done comedy in a while, so if you want me to cut back on it, he's like, no dude, do whatever you want to do. It's like, he was very
that's
woo
cool.
woo. So he was like, the last thing I would want to do is disrespect or censor your art.
He's
he was
look, you are an artist, all right?
Right.
I'm not here to put chains on the art. I'm here to water the art plant.
Exactly. So he was cool with that. So I got to talk to a lot of these people and being like, what do you think? And, and they would say yeah, I think it's real, but it's overblown. And, I would just be like, well, what about the bodies? And, so these it would get weird laugh lines because
goddamn, they're at a comedy show. You're just talking about all the deaths that are happening right now.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, what about all the bodies?
Oh, dude, that's giving me flashbacks to following you at open mics years ago.
Oh yeah, baby. It was it was a trip, but I was just saying when you were cut off, how look, did I desperately need the money? No, I have enough saved up that I didn't need it. But you kind of get this out where you're like, look, I got to go do this thing that I really love because of the money, bro. You can, because when you're getting paid, you can be like, hey,
yeah,
I need some. I know I said I wouldn't, but now that I realize,
it's the system. It's the system, not me.
The system is forcing my fucking hand,
hell yeah.
dude.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I feel, I was kind of it's just at some level, this is just the new reality. So how are you going to figure your place in it, basically?
Well, also, it from everything I've heard, it sounds like Helium's taking every precaution they can.
Yeah, the worst part about it, just as Randall from Clerk said, is this place would be awesome without the fucking customers.
Yeah,
the
for
only
sure.
people who are getting upset are they'll be like, hey, you just got to have your mask on at your table when you're not eating and drinking, and people just giving the staff attitude, which to me is bro, how little class do you have to give
Absolutely.
a guy making $10 an hour and bringing you beer shit because it's not his rule. He's just being like, yo dude, I work here, this is the rule of the work. They're people, the staff would be telling me stories throughout the weekend, people rolling their eyes or kind of making fun, oh my god, he's making us put our mask, it's bitch, we were just in lockdown. You're inside of a comedy club. You're about to eat chicken fingers and laugh and drink beer, and you can't be bothered to put it on when your waiter is talking to you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this person that's fucking serving you during a goddamn pandemic, someone that showed up to work too. That's just and they argued with the people right there as if they have any fucking say. Like, yeah. Classless pieces of shit.
Yeah, and I feel like...
Did they tip well? Did you hear about where they...
I didn't ask. I didn't even ask. Yeah. I hope so. But it was more like, guys, like, I know you you believe it's some pandemic bullshit, but even if it's totally fake, this is not Mr. Helium. This is not like, this isn't the guy like yelling at this dude.
I am not James Helium Jr.
Right. This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, man. At work this weekend, I get this page to come up to the front. Like when you get a page over the intercom to come to a register, it's always the worst because it's like the person's like been thinking about this shit the whole shopping experience, and they wait until the very end where it's inconvenient for everybody to bring up their fucking retarded questions. And she was just this one was upset that some ice cream had gone up $1 in price. And she's like, I want to talk to a manager. Is there a manager here? Because this is ridiculous. It went up $1 from last week. It's just like,
are you a manager? Like, are you the guy?
No, and it was like, no, the guy that makes the prices isn't in the building ever.
But why did they page you up? Why did they even call you
up?
Just
because the customer wanted to speak to someone in the department.
Oh,
and so they put out a call for the boss of that department. The boss hadn't been there for hours, so I had to just go up there, just a dude, and this woman just be like, it was $1 more. And it's just like, it's a pandemic. The world's on fire. Like, this is not a problem right now. I'm sorry. But you just have to I'm thinking that. And luckily, the one good thing with wearing a mask at work now is, like, you can, like, you don't have to work as hard to hide your disdain.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when you're dealing with it. Yeah, like customer service. Like, someone tells, like, a shitty joke that you don't think's funny. You can just stone face, but it's like, it spares you a little social awkwardness. It's nice.
I love the mask, dude. I love the mask. I think more mask. I mean, how many faces do you actually really want to see during your day?
Good point.
Not many. There's very few faces that I'm like looking,
dude,
cover them up.
How long? So, like, since think about how far, like, masks like really became required at my work in April, and that's like, like when most people like started like regularly wearing them.
Yeah.
And so like I'm thinking like just in these couple months wearing masks, like you see like people like do all the different designs on them. Like, how long before we're like wearing Daft Punk helmets all the time?
Yeah, dude. Just
like it's not going to be long. Like,
full Submariner suits, dude. Just I saw this like video of like this like they're trying to like get like club nights back in Japan, and it's just like these DJs wearing these suits, and they just they got like a plastic sheet in front of the DJ booth, and it's just like, dude, like it's just gonna look like fucking Blade Runner and shit for a few years, It's just gonna look like, I mean, the skies already look like fucking the new Blade Runner, like it's just gonna look fucking futuristic, except the future actually sucks.
Yeah, it sucks way harder. No flying cars, none of the cool technology of Blade Runner,
Yeah.
But look, if we had some hovercrafts, might be a nice trade. But
even a sex robot. Have the people looking forward for sex robots? Have they gotten those yet? Like, where's the progress on those?
Oh well, I unsubscribed from the sex robot newsletter about a month ago, so I'm not.
Damn, you were my sex robot like connoisseur, man.
Don't put that shit on me, man. That was your joke, man.
I just started like started a rumor that's like, yeah, dude, Dylan, since it's quarantine, people are like, how's Dylan? I'd be like, dude, he got really into the sex robots, man. He always puts them behind the camera when we're recording. He calls them his friends.
Yeah, just these are my friends. Got people. I don't think anyone would be that surprised.
No, I don't know. I mean, it always is weird when you find out, like, it's got to be weird when, like, if a close friend of yours is, like, found out to be like a fucking murderer or some shit or a creep, you're
Yeah.
like, holy shit. But, you know, there's got to be all sorts of friends that you just are like, yeah, I never knew that, you know, like I come over to your house unexpected and all your little robots are having a circle jerk and I'm like, oh, my bad, man. I didn't.
I'm like Ace Ventura of sex robots.
Yeah.
You know, you come over
the
and I'm
landlord
like,
comes in.
yeah.
I'm just like, hey, what's going on in here? You're like, nothing, dude.
Nothing, man. You're like, I heard a lot of weird squishes and like, metallic sounds. Oh, no, man. Just
this new
Nine Inch Nails album.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with.
Yeah, dude. Well.
Then you walk out and then boom. It means it's a whole new saying when I say come to me, children.
Yeah.
I say come on me, children.
Yeah, and it's just gushing and gushing. Do those robots have any? Do they ejaculate, or is it just a dry?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm a month behind.
Well, now we're just ruminating on anything you might have heard out in the streets. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, but I mean, for sure, they got it. Like I'm sure there's a whole sect of robots designed specifically for the fluids, you know, the waterworks, the whatever.
Right, yeah. They
make the pee look green, so it looks like the Matrix code coming out of them.
Yeah, you should be able to customize it.
Oh, for sure.
Right? I mean,
different colored Sobies make the different colored streams.
Yeah, there's so many. I went to I forget what it was. It was some type of like holiday party at the Hawthorne Theater. And it was like a
worst music venue in town.
Yeah, it was very. I honestly don't remember like how. I think it was with a comic, but I don't remember who it was. But they were like, oh, there's this. Oh, it was this was early on, but yeah, it was with a comic, and he was like, hey, we're going to this thing. I was like, well, fuck it, I'll go. And I didn't know, but it was sponsored by like Fantasy or one of these adult it was like Dirty Santa, so you could sit on Santa's lap and get like a sex toy or what, you know, some dumb Portland shit where everybody's like,
Santa
oh my God.
Santa hands sex toys to children.
It's
quaint.
It was great. It was a skinny Santa. It was, you know, no effort put into this Santa. Just like a skeevy, skinny, crackhead-looking Santa. No beard. I don't even think the motherfucker had a beard. He was just like...
He's like, look, man, it's been a rough year.
He was like, look, the gig told me that women would sit on my lap. I fucking jumped. I didn't tell them that I wasn't maybe qualified for the job.
Yeah, but, like, put a pillow in there or something.
Right, something. Put a little effort. No Christmas magic to this guy at all. But I got like a Fleshlight, I guess, but it was like a knockoff. It wasn't like the company. It was like a knockoff brand.
It was like this Fleshlight with like 2 L's or something.
And
you got the off-brand Fleshlight.
Right. Well, here's the other thing. It was not a... the toy I got was, I mean, it was weird because I never really actually seen one of these in person. But the toy I got was like, it wasn't a vagina. It was just a fake mouth on one end and a fake asshole on the other. So it was like the worst. And you're just like, dude, who is... I guess that's for somebody. Like, I was looking at it and I was like, there's not a piece of me that is... at all sexually turned on by this rubber asshole and rubber mouth. But, you know.
Yeah, he came with the off-brand sex toys, man. Like,
right.
I just imagine it has like it has a Jumpman logo on it for some reason. Like they put the wrong shit. It's like, that's like Jordan.
Jordan should have a line of Fleshlights, you know?
Yeah, why not?
There should be all the NBA groupies should just put out their own Fleshlights, you know? They should just have like team sponsored Fleshlights. Like, yo, this girl kind of was with us throughout the whole season. Kind of
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Summer of 07.
She was there at every home game. Whenever our star had a bad night, you know, whenever Devin Booker was an off night, she came through, she rolled up, She did the deed, so we now want you, the fan, to have the same experience that Devin Booker got after he was in a 2 for 17 slump.
Did you see that thing that was someone put together the data of like James Harden's like performances after like he's been at the strip club?
No.
Something, or it was his progress in cities with better strip clubs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fan just like broke it down. I'll have to find it. It was so funny because there were plenty of times where it was like kind of like a little significant dip in performance. I mean, not totally, but
I didn't know that Harden was a huge strip club guy.
Yeah, man, he supports the economy.
Hell yeah, good for him.
Hell yeah, and it's dope to hear about like someone was saying like at some strip club they've got a James Harden jersey up in the rafters, like they hung it up because he'd spent so much money there, and that's just dope to hear. Like fuck yeah, ball out, like and. Tip those women. Tip everybody.
They tried to clean up the NBA so much that all the players are like family friendly, and like they all want him to be like Steph Curry, who's got a wife and 2 cute kids, and just like he's like, I'm voting for Joe Biden, but like they were in the DNC.
That was so like that segment watching the Currys at the DNC.
Yeah, dude, go fuck yourself. I want dirty guys who fucking have a booze and coke problem but still drop 40. I like those stories. I don't want.
Oh yeah.
I do not give a shit about who, the cutesy wootsy bullshit of Steph and his wife talking about how relatable Joe Biden is or some shit like that.
Dude, you know what? This sounds stupid, but I feel like that movie Celtic Pride. Like I watched that so much as a kid.
Oh yeah, I starred in that.
That's right. But is it Dennis Scott, Damon Wayans' character in that?
Yeah.
Like that's one of my that's one of my favorite basketball players, and he's not real. Dude. But like that character, like I just love that so much. I was just like, yeah, I want to see that shit.
So Boston Pride is who's the opposite guy of Daniel Stern? Who's the other fan?
Dan Aykroyd.
Celtic Pride. Sorry, Celtic Pride. Give the synopsis quick of the movie.
Okay, so some diehard Boston Celtics fans. They make it to the NBA Finals, and they end up kidnapping the star of the opposite team, the Utah Jazz, played by Damon Wayans. And the theory is that they're going to kidnap him, hold him so they miss the game, and the Celtics win. And then hilarity and things ensue.
Yeah, and he at one point dunks, and they slow it down.
Yeah.
Does he say "kiss my ass" or does he say
"kiss my ass, Boston"?
Kiss my ass, bye. In that fucking Damon Wayans voice.
Yeah, dude, Damon Wayans is so fucking funny. Like that dude.
Yeah, it's weird when a whole family has talent. Like just like the Jacksons made the Jackson 5. Like the Wayans they have like.
Oh,
what is it? Like? They have like a bunch of siblings who are also in shit, and it's just fucking weird that like one genetic line is like, yep, this is where the funny, like all the funny jizz collected, and I guess that's like what it is.
Yeah, those were some funny nuts, man.
Those are the funniest nuts. Like the dad was just shooting funny nuts.
Well, yeah, like all the shit like Keenan Ivory Wayans done so much, and like Damon Wayans is so fun. Like so many others had success, but like just the two of them like alone, like.
Yeah,
fucking high ass level of, damn.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn, it is looking nightmarish outside right now.
Yeah, it's like crazy looking. Like it's so, all those photos of just like the dark red shit and like Salem, and like you see the photos of like San Francisco today. Like it just all. It's like a visual representation of like what everyone has felt like emotionally these last several months.
Yeah, you're kind of like, damn, maybe I am wrong for not believing in God, because this shit is just getting at certain levels. You got to kind of turn back or something.
Yeah,
it's like
you start like hearing like the trumpet sound. You're like, oh shit, for real?
It's like, God damn it. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed if God is real. I think I'd be upset.
Oh, but like if Jesus comes down, you see him, you knew he was really big. Oh, okay, I accept that, and then boom, you're in. Like that's just aren't those the rules?
It's just a black guy comes down from the sky and he immediately gets shot by the cops.
Yeah, that would unfortunately happen for sure.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's nuts that like the protests are still happening too. Like it's like it just is like, oh yeah, those things are still happening every night, even though the entire West Coast is also on fire now.
The entire looking at the fire map is just like all of it.
Yeah, it's just one giant flame.
It's all those Max Fortune hot takes in the desert setting these fires, man.
Yeah, Max just sending out tweets from all his burner accounts, and it literally burned down the fucking landscape.
Man, so how much time were you doing at Helium? Was it 25 or
no? Just 20s. We had one early show that was kind of like too close to the second, so I just did 15. But all the other ones I did 20. Yeah, it was nice. I was really glad that I didn't have to do 25 or 30 right away because I was kind of like. It was weird. I kept noticing right around 17 or 18, I would be like, fuck, like I'm a little short right here. Like I was about 2 minutes short of like what I needed to do. And it's weird like doing crowd work because they are like actually separated now. Like they don't even have like all right, well, I'm around all these other people. Like they're alone at a fucking table, you know?
Oh yeah, how far away are the tables?
The tables are like 6 feet away from each other, but then from the stage, it's also like
it's got to be at least 6 feet, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you don't stand right at the front, so you're probably like 8 or 10 feet from them. But so if you talk to a couple, it's like, hey, I'm talking to you, and and they know it, you know.
Oh shit! So yeah, it's direct shots. Like, like
it's just
looking at
out
you,
and
no
out,
confusion,
right? Questioning their relationship, you know. I had one set that went kind of awry because I talked to a couple that was much more like they had a lot to say, kind of.
Oh, some fucking.
Well,
okay. What? Yeah, break this down.
It's
what
weird
happened?
Because like you feel also, what's surreal is that like, dude, these people have real problems right now. Like. I mean, not all of them, because I think a lot of them were still working. But, you know, the guy, so I'm talking to this guy, I'm like, what do you guys do? And, like, they're both unemployed. The dude was an unemployed stagehand. He was a fucking stagehand, dude. So I
got no stages to hand, man. I've just got these hands.
There's no curtains to pull. There's no lights to shine.
Was he the guy that was saying boo because he wanted to just, like, get you off the stage? I need something to do. I'm the Sandman.
Yeah, he's just like, hook this motherfucker, dude. But so he goes, I was like, well, yo, what'd you do? He's like, I'm unemployed. I was a stagehand. And out of the dark, these two other people go, yeah, we're unemployed stagehands too. Like there was 3 unemployed stagehands at one show. And at one point they started talking to each other. I was like,
what?
They literally did not engage with me, and they looked up because one was in the far left and one was right up front. And you know, and they started shouting out their unions. They were like, yeah, I'm like local 26. And he's
he's
like, yeah, we're 28 over here. And it was just like, okay, so that was odd because
we do high stages, man.
Right.
12 feet or plus, man. Separate union.
It was
high rollers.
It was like, so there was that was happening. And then the guy's girlfriend was like, I forget even what she did, but she was one of these people who if you asked her a question, it wasn't just like, here's a short, concise answer. It was like, I have 5 sentences to tell you, and it just was a lot, and she didn't really know like when to like end her sentence. So it was just like I got in some trouble there. But it's weird because usually
she's running the light.
She's running the light hard, and you know, usually people have jobs and they're happy and they can. But like when you're talking to people in a pandemic, it's like, yeah, some of you motherfuckers are out of work right now.
Unemployed stagehands, repping their set.
Repping that set, baby. You local 26, dog. That's where I'm at. You can find me at local 26. Dude, this one woman at a show, I was like, you know, I was trying to poke fun of like essential work, you know, like, oh, like how many of you are essential and whatever. And
that's a good move. Make fun of essential workers.
Got to, baby. Fuck them all.
Hell yeah.
I mentioned
Anyone can get it.
I dropped your shit at one point. I said something about like how fucking New Seasons was fucking over people or something like that. But I asked this woman what she did, and she was like, "Oh, I work at a pet store." I was like, "Okay," Ooh. But her follow up was like, "Yeah, no, this is what she said before the pet store." So she goes, "I was like, are you working, ma'am?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm working for all the motherfuckers who aren't working right now, making $600 a week and not doing shit."
Oh yeah.
And so I'm thinking that she's some important person. I go, well, "What do you do?" And she goes, "I work at a pet store." I was like, "Bitch, are you? Fuck you."
Hey.
She's all fucking running her mouth about how I was like, you work at a pet store and you're mad about anything right now?
Hey, pets need food.
Pets, I get it. But so then I'm talking to her husband. I was like, "What do you do?" He's like, "I'm an electrician." He goes, "I'm the reason that she can work at a pet store." I was like, "Bitch, shut up." Oh, it was great. It was fucking awesome because she was all high and mighty, and by the end, she was like, "Yeah, I sell fucking kibble and bits."
And her husband owned her.
My husband's the only reason I can have this meaningless job.
Oh,
it was great.
Damn.
It was great. So it was a very weird. I was getting a lot of like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I talked to a nurse who was like, "Honestly, I think it's way overblown." It was like,
oh shit.
It was just like there's a lot of different people there that were
sure.
prime. I mean, it would have been great for my album because I would have had a field day with all these people.
Yeah.
But it was wild stuff.
All the while, some dude's yelling, "Outdoor local stages, 420 player."
Dropping these curtains with no backdrop, baby.
God, I'm just thinking of sad unemployed stagehands. Like they're like setting things up in their apartment, like building sets or something. I don't know exactly what a stagehand does, but it sounds funny.
Well, I think this dude, the one I was talking to mostly, it sounded like he worked at like the Moda because he said, I was like, "You got any weird stories?" He's like, "I almost ran Miley Cyrus over with a truck backstage once."
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. So they're changing the stages.
They're doing
the
like all that shit. Because I guess the Moda
brutal.
probably just has people on hand. But yeah, he almost killed Miley Cyrus, so that was cool. But that was about it. I mean, he was the one person I talked to this week who was like legit depressed, and it sucked that he was right in the front row. Because everybody else, even if they weren't like, if they didn't believe it, they were still like, generally had a good sense of humor about it. But he was just kind of like, "Dog, I have no money coming in right now." Like it was just kind of fucking sad.
And he's like, "Man, I got no money, so I came here for the 2-item minimum."
Yeah, he's like, I bought $8 Coors and I'm ready to fucking rock, dog.
I got no money, so I came to a comedy club.
Yeah, dog. Well, he just wanted to see a stage, bro. He probably hadn't seen a stage in months.
Yeah, man. He's like, "I'm a stage hand, man."
I love these things, dog. I love touching them. I love being around them.
If I haven't touched the stage, literally.
Yeah, it was so overall trippy ass weekend.
And then you're just like, you keep hammering at him.
Oh,
like, okay,
yeah.
you sad unemployed fuck.
Hey, not my fault that you sat your ass in the front row, baby. So yeah, that was that was the weekend. Yeah, it was,
goddamn, man, I miss that thing. Like when you're probably a couple minutes short, and you're thinking like, okay, what can I do that'll fill the approximate amount of time? But you're doing all that while telling, like your jokes. Like you have to do all this shit, like audibles in your head, but you have to maintain that front of just like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, and also like there's this like I was like rusty on like making sure I was looking at the light because I had like a piece of note. I had like a notes on the stool because I was like didn't want to be up there with nothing, and so I was just kind of like missing the light a lot of the time. So I'd have to check it was just like all the little things I was like not polished in anymore. I didn't. Because usually if I do a set, I'm like, I don't bring notes. I don't need to look at my phone for time. I just kind of can manage it. And then you get the light and you know like where you're at. But for me, I like kept missing it. And I was like, fuck, how long has it been on? Like I was just doing all these rookie mistakes again.
Because just months. You go from, performing like, what, you're doing like 20 sets a week? Some shit for a couple years. And then it's like goes to like nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's...
But I wasn't as rusty as I thought I would be. Like, the first couple sets were, like, raw adrenaline where I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh,
so,
I
like,
bet.
I was just, like, kind of jacked, you know? Like, you're just like, oh, fuck. And then, like, as the weekend kept going, I kind of dulled that, and that's where I would make more mistakes because I didn't have that energy behind me. But then I went out on the best set of the weekend was the last set. So that was, like,
Oh,
a
that's
great feeling. That's when the
That's-
MAGA guy talked to me, and I was like, if I impressed you, sir, I did my fucking job. Did my job, baby.
Yeah, hilarious.
Fuck. So, yeah, I don't know. But besides that, man, I don't know. I was supposed to go on this hunting trip this weekend, but I'm not sure if that's happening or not.
Oh yeah, no, the fire is the hunter now.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's like weird. You know, you ever get in a situation where you're like, you know, it's classic like man bullshit where you're like, I don't want to be a bitch and be like, hey, I'm not going on this trip. But I'm also like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get caught in a damn forest fire,
Yeah.
bro. So like, because I was
Absolutely.
talking, right? Like we all have these situations where we're like, yeah, no, I'm still down. Like, hell yeah, I'm way down, dude. Like, I just want to like, you know, whatever, you know, and I'm just kind of like texting him like, so like, what's up with the, he's like, oh, well, it's, you know, our area is still looking good. But I'm like, well,
our areas,
all the state forests have been closed due to fires, so maybe we should wait. So we're going to wait an extra day right now. We were going to leave Saturday. Now we're going to potentially still leave Sunday. But
yeah, call that
can't
shit off.
right, like, I can't imagine she's about to turn around real quick, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Like every animal's gonna be fucking terrified, like running for their life.
Yeah,
It's like not the time to go out into the woods. Like it's like this is like the purge for animals.
right. Bears being hungry and shit. Cougars fucking wanting to kill.
Like, a thirsty mountain lion coming at you.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
I know. But on the other hand, I'm like, dude, it might be sick to be, you know, I'm just like, and I already bought all this dehydrated food, bro. So what am I going to do?
Hey,
What am I going to do with all this dehydrated fucking rice and beans,
hey,
bro?
that's the good thing about dehydrated food. You don't have to worry about what you're gonna do with it. Just put
Honestly,
it in the corner.
that might be our fucking meals for the next couple of weeks is shit keeps popping off.
Why are you saying? Yeah, you actually just said the best thing possible. Probably.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I love the summer and I love like being outside, but I am like, give me a solid week of fucking downpour right now, dog.
Oh,
like,
yeah, of course.
Just like beyond the fires, just like humanity in Portland at least needs to emotionally chill out here. Like there was already
it's way too. The block was already hot.
The block was hot with people tension, and now we got earth tension. It's like we need to fucking stop.
Absolutely. We need a reprise.
What do you think about this? I've been thinking a little bit about this,
Reprieve.
and this is, you know, sacrilege maybe, but whatever. Like, at some point, have the protests just become almost like more of a ritual than like an actual movement? Because like, when the thing that you kind of keep bragging about is 100 days, 101 days, it's like, okay, so, but now it's just the same footage. It's almost like you could recycle the footage now. We know what's going to happen. The story has been told.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure people make the argument like, oh, well, you know, people got to be out there keeping it up or whatever. But I'm just like, I don't know. At some level, I'm just like, so you know, the cops are going to overreact. People are going to get arrested. Like, I don't know. It's just the same, like, it's like watching the same movie every day.
Yeah. Well, you think, like, I imagine, like, you know, it'd be like going out, like, if it's something you're doing every night, like, you become friends with us, like, the people. It's like, okay, I got this whole new scene.
Yeah,
you know?
dude. People don't want to talk about, like, yeah, it's a social thing, too. Like, it's a... People are getting clout off this shit, dog. There's clout chasers in the protest movement. Don't deny it.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's like it's anything where it's like, okay, there's now these massive amount of groups of people doing something that they weren't doing before, and so it's like, oh, okay, like we're all doing this, like, and for sure.
I know this guy who, you know, I would call like an acquaintance or maybe a friendly acquaintance with in college, who lives in Portland, and he's kind of become like it's hard to say who's a leader in the movement because it's all kind of leaderless, but he's very active. And like he quit his job to make money, I guess, like organize, like whatever, doing whatever. But the other day he's on Facebook and he's like bragging about how much money he made by live streaming the protests. He's like, dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm just going to start live streaming shit. And I was like, dude, you're talking about this like it's it's just this thing, like it's a hustle almost. And I'm like, that just seems so far from what you would. I mean, I get like they're professional organizers and some people, this is their job. But I just can't imagine that the way they talk about it is like, damn, bro, I made I made a fuck ton of cash by fucking like it's like live streaming. You're not even interviewing anybody. You're not doing anything. You're just turning your fucking phone on.
You're there.
You're just there. Like you're just there, making sure your camera doesn't run out of batteries.
Yeah, like if you're streaming, like if part of you, it's like I imagine if someone throws a Molotov cocktail, like that footage that went viral, like that dude like in his feet who was like a photographer,
right?
But it's like if you're streaming it, like you got to be like, oh yes, this is the footage. This is
for sure.
This is it, man.
You want drama on your live stream. It's just like any other social media.
There's gonna be a bunch of
drama.
Like, you see that movie Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Nightcrawlers out there. Like this is like
sure.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal is just like like deep set eyes.
Right. I can't wait. I mean, it was just weird to see it. And, there's other people I know. I can tell. I'm just like, damn, your profile in this scene or in this community has risen. I mean, again, they're doing the work, I guess. But some of it, I'm just like, boy, this kind of leaves a weird taste in my mouth if this is the way you're talking about it.
Yeah.
But
it's like a whole bunch of new content is generated, so it's like a whole new it's crazy. It's all fucking it's weird. And it's weird to be able you can look at a multitude of live streams of any given protest and you can just it's weird. So you can see everything in real time as it happens. And then wild shit, man. Did you watch that Vice interview with the dude that
Oh yeah.
Like that was my favorite part of his interviews was when he's like, they're making me look like a murderer, and I don't like that. And it's like, you shot a dude dead in the street, you murdered someone.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. I was wondering if that story.
Yeah,
I mean
that's crazy.
But how quickly it's faded.
Yeah, that absolutely.
There is a guy who was shot dead in the streets, a guy on the run giving a rogue interview, even though he's basically incriminating himself.
Yeah.
Gets murked by the cops under kind of weird circumstances. They never really release, did he have a gun? I mean, they said they unloaded 40 shots into the dude or something, I read.
Damn, yeah, so the cops just fucking murder this guy.
And so, yeah, now they think that it was like far-right police officers or people, that's just what the protesters say. These guys were linked up to these movements and they wanted to murk him, and which is probably true. But
yeah, at this point, it's the cops doing some shady shit, that's oh my word, that's not possible.
I mean, the quote from the officer that was telling the reporter about the story was literally yeah, we found the suspect and shots were fired by us. It was just there was no.
We were there and things happened and he's
dead now.
Him.
So and then that just went away.
It just happened.
That just went away, and now it's that was what, last week when all that shit happened.
Well, now it's the fires the front of the front burner, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
it's just this shit moves too quickly for it to ever have any lasting effect anymore.
And then it's now there was another Trump caravan, and there's all this other it's fucking. If you got to put a bunch of flags on your truck and go drive around, fuck you,
no matter what cause. If you have a truck or car full of flags for anything, I don't want you in my neighborhood.
Yeah, you could be driving around with a bunch of flags for like Fender guitar, and I'd be like, yo, fuck that, dude.
Yeah,
that's annoying. No one's into that brand that much.
Yeah, I don't care what you got. No matter how good the cause is, you do not need to put that shit on your truck. Be an adult and walk. Be an adult and walk with the flag, okay? That's the other thing. It's like you're not really that much of a man if you got to get in a truck. These motherfuckers are like, it's like you got to be in a truck. You're worried about these all these gay soy boys. That's who you're worried about. Is you got take your flag like an American revolutionary
with pride.
Yeah, fucking walk down the street.
Yeah, on the street.
Be a man. Support your president.
Like when the first Trump caravan came through town, like you'd see them like they would fire paintballs at people, and then they just like squeal off. Like
you
like
fucking
it's the
cowards.
biggest bitch move. Like oh yeah, we own them. It's like you fired paintballs out of a truck, you piece of shit. Like and then drive off. Like
get your ass out, baby. Walk it down the street. Put it on a piece of PVC pipe and get out there.
Dude, I was watching footage of someone streaming the like their protest. Was it in Kansas or Kentucky? Something Kansas or Kentucky. I don't one anyways. And like there was the stream like from like the conservative side going to like counter protest the Black Lives Matter thing.
Oh shit, okay.
And it's just crazy, like just hundreds of people with fucking machine guns and shit. Like just there was this one dude who like clearly like he had like a tank top and like this machine gun but like nothing else, and he hadn't put any like sunscreen on, and he had like just like this dude, like the march hadn't even started, and he was so sunburnt, and I was just like, oh, that dude fucked up. Like that dude,
he's trying to wrap himself in one of the Trump flags. He's like, if we could just maybe sacrifice one of these to shade me. They're like, no, they all need to be, dude. I went
like he had only focused on the gun. He didn't think of any other sort of like,
I was like, I'm defending myself with bullets, not SPF. There is no reason.
Yeah, but and that was just tuning, and then them like watching. Then I just in the brief shit that I watched, just seeing like people like, oh, I got to take these guns out into the street. Like that's insane. It
turns out the biggest Antifa was the sun that day.
Yeah, but this dude was like so sunburned, and it hadn't even started. It was notable. I'm like, that's what I will remember from this whole thing. This dude was like beet red, man. Like,
dude, when I was in my senior year of college, me and a bunch of buddies went out to see the Dead, like whatever was the remainder of the Grateful Dead out at the Gorge. And there
had to have been some sunburnt folk out there.
Bro, there was this one guy I would never forget. He had a Grateful Dead t-shirt, but it had been like deteriorated so much at the shoulders that it was mostly like a crop top. Like the shoulders were gone, and dude, I had never seen shoulders that sunburned. It was like a flaking onion. Like it was like revealing layers of like he was just like, beet red face, beard going, I need one. They always do that culture of they stick their finger in the air if they need a ticket. Need one. And I'm just like, you need sunscreen and a hat, mother. Like, fuck this ticket, dude. You have cancer by the time you're 30.
You need aloe vera and a better taste of music, player. That's what you need.
It looked like he had like stood out in the sun, that the shirt had caught on fire on his shoulders, and he had just not bothered to fucking like take care of it at all.
And he's probably just like tripping on God knows what.
Oh,
man. Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, probably at that point, perma-fried to the point that he didn't need acid anymore just to tune into that.
Can you imagine the sunburn you would get tripping balls on acid? Like, you wouldn't even think about it.
You would rejoice. You'd be like, dude, these cells need the vitamin D, bro.
I'm absorbing more sun.
Oh, dude. Yeah, remember those people, definitely the crowd who probably would have opened their asshole to the sun. You remember that 2-week fad on the internet where celebrities were...
Oh, do I ever?
Yeah. Buddy, I'm not a sex robot expert, but I am an asshole sunning expert.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say, probably one of the best like parties vibes I have ever been to. The Dead.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Because like at the Gorge, this was the only time I'd ever been to the Gorge. The Gorge is this natural amphitheater in Washington, right on the Columbia, right?
Yep.
So it's an absolutely amazing place to see a concert because there's all these like kind of reddish rocks, and there's the river and the canyon behind the stage. And
yeah, they're like, fuck you, red rocks. We got rocks and a river.
Right, and it's on this like there's a big like grassy hill that you can sit on to look down. So it's just an amazing place to see a show.
Yeah,
and it was
beautiful.
it was such a weird thing. It was the Doobie Brothers. I think it was the Allman, like whatever left of the Allman Brothers.
Oh,
and
shit.
then the
and
Dead.
Then the
so
Dead?
it was a really sick concert.
Yeah.
But, we took acid, and it was some of the strongest acid I'd ever taken either. So it was just like
yeah, you were rolling.
We had this thing we were doing where, you could, since it was such a big expanse, we were playing this weird game where we just watched somebody until we couldn't see them anymore. Like such an acid
Yeah,
activity to do.
For sure, until they get lost in the crowd.
Like this weird people watching, and you're like, dude, like, you're just high as all mother of God. And so
that dude's got a fucking onion on his shoulder.
Right. But afterwards, the acid is like starting to wear off a little bit. But so they have, and I'm sure it's like this for all the shows, but the Dead, it's an all-night party after the show.
Absolutely.
Where like because you camp right on the ground, so you just like camp and then you walk into the venue or and so it's like there is like 60s kind of like style bands that were playing on top of these like buses. I mean, it was like you stepped into the like that era of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the Grateful Dead, they're so unique in that like they've had such a massive following from the beginning,
right?
And every year they have like just the new generation of kids that get into them.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna have like the audience is gonna be just like fucking all over the place,
right? So we're like going around all night drinking wine and like watching these like Electric Feather Band or whatever playing on top of their party. But I mean, it was so nuts. And one of the this is what a party should feel like. It wasn't
absolutely
wasn't stuffed into a house. I was just like, you could walk, you could be in
wide open field where everyone's down, everyone's yes-anding.
Yeah, everyone is improvising. It's 100% improv out there. And then it's like they set up all these like little basically like streets, which I think they named after Grateful Dead songs, So and they were just people were just selling like. It felt like you were like in Harry Potter. Like you just walk down an alley and
you're going down Diagon Alley, Deadhead Alley.
This dude is selling fucking fucking burritos out of the back of his van, and you're just like, I don't know, dude. This seems whatever.
Let me get 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwich, Hagrid.
Yeah, and really, just an insane fucking time. But those times are long gone, and the Gorge will probably be.
Yeah, the Gorge is on fire again.
Burned to a crisp. Just like Max, maybe. Max might be dead by the time this podcast comes out.
Max is probably so sunburnt right now.
Oh, Max is, dude, me and Max went on a hike one time out near Mount Adams, and the back of his legs got sunburned so badly, like he forgot to put sunscreen just on his calves. So he had these meaty white dude beet red calves for like 3 days.
Nice. Well, I remember he was telling us about how he had just shoplifted some from Whole Foods. So he might have forgotten his recording equipment, but I doubt that man forgets the sunscreen.
No, yeah, that dude is he's lathered up. I'm sure he wears some dorky type of sun hat out there too with his wife. He's got some fucking mock Indiana Jones hat with a Gandalf stick or some shit.
He's got like that wild Thornberries hat.
Yeah.
Just big.
Examining all the little fucking critters all around him and shit.
Right, and just like killer jokes about him that no one's going to hear ever. He just says killer jokes out into the wind. And then it's like, boom, that'll inspire someone generations down the line.
And his wife is like, no me entiendes. No me entiendes.
He's like, oh, I found a Luka Doncic rookie card
yeah, he's still
out in the desert.
Still buying cards, even though the end times are literally at his doorstep. Yo, dude, just trying to make a couple last-minute deals before this fucking thing all closes up.
Just hustling. You know, that's what it's all about.
Gotta be the constant hustle, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, man. This is good. We're about that time. Fuck yeah, this was fun. Everyone, thank you for listening. If you are, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Shout out to producer Jack putting it all together.
Fuck Max. Shout out Max.
Jack. Shout out Jack. Fuck Max. And yeah, everybody, stay sane.
Yeah.
And yeah,
do your thing.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.